And with that, 2023 comes to an end. In this video, I'm going to explain where we ended the year in regards to sales price, in regards to inventory levels, and what that sort of means going into 2024, and also touch on a foreclosure question I got recently, as every now and then the foreclosure questions come back up, and so we'll touch on that. Before I get into it though, make sure to subscribe to my channel here on YouTube so you don't miss out on future updates throughout 2024. And I also put a link in the description to my weekly insights letter that I email out once per week on Wednesdays. It gives you the nuts and bolts, what you need to know to keep a pulse on the market in general. 5 minutes or less, it's a quick read and keeps you informed. So if you're interested in that, it's totally free. Just click the link below, you can subscribe. And so we're gonna get into it, starting with the median sale price. Hillsborough County, December 2023. It was up from November and ended the year at $452,500. For added context, December 2022, we were at $433. So even though sales were down, prices still increased about 4.5% in 2023. That is with interest rates getting up to around 8%. So we saw some price drops, but crazy enough, we actually had more price drops in 2022 than in 2023. And now rates have already started coming back down. This morning when I'm filming this, I saw as low as 6.6%. Obviously that varies by borrower, but it's still much lower than it was in previous months. Inventory is still extremely low. At the time I'm filming this, in the entire Hillsborough, New Hampshire County, there are 224 homes for sale. And for context, there are 424,000 people living here. So I made a video a while back explaining why I think lowering interest rates could actually cause prices to keep going up. And this is a big reason for that. We just don't have the inventory to meet the demand that's out there. Even honestly right now, it's a little better at the moment, but lowering rates is just going to create more demand, and we're not going to have the amount of supply that we need. Now, to be clear, I think it's good in general that rates come down, but I'm just not sure that it's going to help with real estate affordability specifically, because the real indicator there is going to be how do we get more supply. In any case, we're going to see how it ends up. I think it will create more activity in the market, just not sure about pricing. Now, moving to foreclosures, this is a question I get every now and then, and people see, oh, foreclosures are going to increase, and they think that it's going to be 2008 again. I found an article I really liked on housingwire.com, a publication I like, and they wrote a piece that I think does a good job articulating, kind of breaking it down as what would need to happen in order to have a big wave of foreclosures. And there's really 4 things that have to happen at the same time to have a massive spike in foreclosures. And so I'm going to break those down real quick. So first, you need negative equity. Homeowners have to owe more on their home than it's worth. Now, obviously, this is very uncommon at the moment because in today's market, we have much stricter lending regulations compared to the 2008 era. And the fact that home values have skyrocketed over the past few years, many people are sitting on a boatload of equity, not the other way around. Number 2 is you have to have bad mortgage terms, right? You have to have a large amount of borrowers who would need to have very high interest rates, payments they cannot afford, rising adjustable rates, etc. And while rates did get around 8% in 2023, and some people do have adjustable rate mortgages that got expensive, on a large scale, this is really not the case because a very large percentage of homeowners are locked in at a very low interest rates from the previous refi boom we saw a couple years back. And so a lot of people are in good shape. So, I don't see, this wasn't the case in 23. I don't see it being the case in 24. Number 3 is long-term unemployment. Folks would need to lose their job and not be able to find another one for an extended amount of time and not have enough savings to carry them through. Now, depending on who you talk to, some people do believe the job market going into 2024, there could be some bumps there. There could be some upset and things like that. And I don't really think any of these 4 points are going to occur on a mass scale, but if I had to guess which one is more likely to happen, it's probably this one on the list. But whether it actually creates a surge of foreclosures is still up in the air, mostly because of the point number 4, and that is people would not be able to sell their homes, right? So it would be a situation where people can't sell their homes on the market. And that's definitely just not the case. It has not been the case in 2023 and is very unlikely to be the case in 2024. And it's due to just the massive lack of inventory. I've been a broken record for the past 3 years talking about lack of inventory. Most homes that are priced right are still selling very quickly. So we still don't have that many homes for sale, period. So even if some folks did get to a point where they can't afford their home, they have to get rid of it, they'll be able to just sell it on the open market like a normal transaction and not have to go through the foreclosure process. And because of, one, how much equity they have and the lack of inventory is still pushing prices up. So the key takeaway here is, my point in bringing this up is obviously to answer the question for the folks who asked, but to explain why I just don't see a big wave of foreclosures coming anytime soon, just like last year and the year before. Will there be some? Absolutely. And if you can scoop one up, that would be a great move. In fact, if if it is something you're specifically interested in, you can send me a message. I'll put you on my buyer list so that if anything happens off market or I see something come across a situation, I send it out to that list. However, if you're looking for a new home this year and you want to move and you have a plan, or you need to put a plan together, I would not put everything off for 6 months just to bet on the chance that foreclosures are going to hit the market in mass, because I don't see that happening, and you're going to miss out on a lot of good opportunities in the meantime. I actually think this winter, I'm filming this in beginning of January 24, there's a lot of opportunity right now, and there will be for the next few months, because there's still not a ton of buyers out yet, and competition is low compared to what it's going to be in the spring as rates continue to come down. Can already see more buyers starting to come in. So you combine lower rates with a lack of inventory, and it's looking like it's going to be another hot spring market, just like in the past. We'll see what it actually ends up like, but I really do see it happening. And so if you can get in early and you can beat out that competition, your bank account, I think, is going to thank you. So that's the video for this week. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to the channel. Subscribe to the email insights once per week to kind of get the insider scoop and learn what I'm seeing in the market on the ground every day, and help you keep a pulse on things. If you have questions or you have any other things specifically that you want me to cover, I'd be happy to. You can always send me a message. Otherwise, I hope you have a great 2024, and I'll see you in the next